Hello folks, filming this one from my bed because I'm not feeling particularly well, and I just watched the Conor Benn interview with Piers Morgan, and I must say, in my opinion, it is the biggest shit show. That was embarrassing to watch. I cringed throughout the whole thing. I had to watch it in stages because I was cringing so badly. I felt uncomfortable watching it because it was so ungodly, just the whole thing. Conor Benn is just a spoilt brat who thinks that if he keeps denying it, sooner or later everyone's going to believe him. And it's like, mate, it ain't happening. And this 270-page dossier that he's got that's going to prove his innocence, but he won't show it to the British Boxing Board of Control. His attitude is, oh, the BBBFC can do one. What kind of a professional athlete, adult man says that? That's the sort of thing a 15-year-old would say when his mum tells him he's not allowed to go out and play with his mates. Well, do one. He's just a spoilt, entitled brat who's living off his dad's name, let's be honest. And I did actually laugh out loud at one point when I was watching it, when he mentioned about the clomiphene that was found in his, that he tested positive for. And I don't even know what it is. I've never heard of clomiphene. What is clomiphene? And I was just like, oh, mate, give over. You're just making yourself look like a right bellend now. Yeah. And, he's not going to... He doesn't need to prove his innocence. Well, you do. You tested positive twice. And pull in the whole Mental Health Act. Yeah, the thing, I was suicidal. Oh, fuck off. He's taken a page out of Tyson Fury's book, bleating on about mental health and playing the victim. And it's like, no, mate, you were caught twice. You failed 2 drug tests. And you've done nothing but fucking lie about it ever since. And it's like, just be a fucking man. Hold your hands up and say, even if he said, I don't know how it got into my system, you'd accept that to a degree. But not this fucking, I don't even know what clomiphene is. I've never heard of it. What is clomiphene? Fuck off. I knew what that stuff was. I'm not even a professional athlete in any way. I don't know what it's used for. So he can't be that fucking naive. This guy's been around gyms pretty much all his life. And he's never heard of this stuff. Give me a fucking break. Denying knowledge of what it is does not mean you're a fucking innocent, And all the WBC cleared him. No, WBC put him back in the rankings. They can't clear him. They haven't got the authority to clear him. They're a sanctioning body. They're not a... they don't hand out licenses like the British Boxing Board of Control do. So that's an irrelevant point as well. So no, I found the whole thing disgusting to watch. I was a bit disappointed that Piers Morgan didn't push him a bit more. But there you go, it is what it is. And I don't think when they got Conor Benn's dad, Nigel, on the phone, I don't think he did his son any favours. Because obviously he's going to defend his son, and I totally understand that. But then when it came up, Piers Morgan said, well, why don't you, if you've got all this evidence, why don't you show it to the Board of Control? Even his old man said, that doesn't make a lot of sense, basically. Basically, low-key throwing his boy under the bus. So, yeah, I just found the whole thing disgraceful, really. He came across poorly, in my opinion. He didn't look good. He looked like an angry, spoilt brat who's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar and is denying all knowledge of everything and just making himself look like a dick, basically. So yeah, it's just another layer of the murky world of boxing. It just amused me no end. So there you go. That's my opinion on the whole thing. I found it all rather pathetic and quite sad, really. So there you go. Okay, folks, I'm going to go back to sleep now, You take care, and I'll speak to you soon.